Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers. This is video 8, which is page 7 in our series called Once Upon a Time, which is a mini photo album. This is the first one I've made all by myself and making up the pages on my own. And so we're going to keep this in case things are labeled wrong. This one's going to be interesting. It shouldn't be difficult. Maybe when you label the pieces, it might be a little iffy. And also the magnets. Yeah, no, that's going to be fine. That should be fine. So we will see how everything goes. Actually, yeah, the magnet's in the right spot. Oh my gosh. So I better get my magnets out. So this is what's going to happen with this page. We're going to have 2 large flaps, and they're going to actually go down behind this bottom flip, and this flip is going to come down. So you're going to open it, and then this is going to open, so it'll open all the way down. Let me move this up where it should be when I record. Let me start over in case you couldn't see. I haven't folded anything because I wanted to show you. So you're going to have the 2 top flaps. They're going to come down behind the bottom flap. That's going to hold them shut. Then this flap is going to be like this, and it's going to close down like that. So when you're looking at it, you're going to see this. So you won't see the larger top or bottom flap at all. So this is going to flip up. And then this whole thing is going to flip down. Then these are going to flip open. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we're going to have to do this a little bit at a time. And it looks like I might have the magnet marked wrong on here. So we're going to have to see after we glue it together, I think, if I've got the magnet in the right spot. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your pieces. Now remember, if you're a member of the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, you get a PDF with all of the step-by-step how to do these pages, and this one is different. Most of the other ones, when I release a series of videos, you get the PDF at the end when I publish the last video. That way you can, because most people watch them and then go back through to, you know, decide that if they want to make them or not, and then they go back through. So but this one, I'm going to update the PDF and publish it each time that I publish a video, so you can do that page as we go along. All right, and then at the end I'll publish the PDF that has everything. All right, how does that sound? Okay, that's what I'm going to try to do, but I've already started typing the PDF all at once, so we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, so I may end up publishing at the end because I've already got it all typed up. So I'm going to have to look at my steps. It took me a few times to figure out how I was going to actually do this. So you're going to need 2 pages of the black cardstock because you're going to need to make a new tube. Refer to video 1 on how to make the tube. And that's 2 pages, 7 and 8. And this may be one of those where we regret gluing onto the page instead of gluing onto a paper and then gluing the paper to the page, which is what you're supposed to do, but I forgot. So what we're going to do first is when you cut the pieces, you're going to want to, if you remember, you're going to want to cut the corners so you don't have all that bulk. Then you're going to fold on the flap We'll have to see if I've got this one folded the right way. We'll have to wait and see. So if that's going to flip down, no, it still needs to be folded this way. So you're still going to crease them the same way you normally would. You're going to name this one bottom flap bottom, bottom flap top, or top half, bottom half. You're going to go ahead and use your bone folder, and on the long side, because these are going to be longer pockets, you're going to make your you're going to have to make your half fold on the side. Now, it doesn't matter which side you do it on, as long as it's on the long side, because you know, if they come out like this, then just turn one of them over like that before you label them. Okay, now I don't think we're going to need a closure to close them shut. I think the bottom flap is going to hold them. If it doesn't, then we will put some sort of closure on the top. And I was thinking one of these Tim Holtz spinners like we used on the pages. I think it's page 5. Could be page 4. No, I think it's page 5. So, anywho, this is what we're going to do on this one. The first thing we're going to do is glue the left and the right flaps on. Yeah. So we're going to add the pot. I was looking at my notes real quick. Sorry about that. Those are my notes, and I'm sticking to them, I think. Okay, so this is our left flap. We're going to put it right up against the edge. Make sure your opening is on the side. Make sure this is up against the edge and lined up at the top. Make sure it's straight. It's always good. And glue on the right flap. Yeah, I think we're going to need to close them somehow with our spinner, maybe. Maybe magnets. Depends on how much of the pocket shows once we put the bottom flip on. So we'll have to remember, I marked Brad just in case. And we're going to put the right one on. Oh, look at that. That one looks a little bit lower. Oh, it's a little crooked. Okay, and we're going to double check. Make sure they're straight across. And Oz is making his appearance in the video. Like he does. Like he tends to do. Okay, so now we're going to open these and double check for glue seepage. Make sure they're up against the edges. Okay. Let's use our bone folder and kind of make sure our glue, yeah, so we had a little bit coming out right there. This page came out a little poofy, but once the weight of the paper's on it, then on both sides, then it will flatten it out a little bit. I don't know why it came out kind of poofy. We're going to glue it in anyway on the when we go to bind it. Now we're going to glue the bottom flip on. Let's turn it this way. I mean, you know, redo. Even though it doesn't really matter which way you do it, I've already labeled it, so I want to see my labels. Just because they're my labels and I want to see them. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of trouble here, aren't we? Because we need these to fold shut. Let me open this up. Looks like I might have cut it a little bit wide. Just shave a hair. We'll have to check this top one as well. Shave just the smidgeniest smidgen. It's alright, I didn't trim the corners yet anyway, I forgot. Just a little hair off. Let's see how that works. Oh, it's going to be on top of it. So now, did I mess it up? No, it was a smidge wide. Okay. So it's alright that they don't close over it. It closes over them. It's more important that these two are the same. Okay, yes. So somehow this one was this much too wide. I must have measured on the wrong side of my line, or cut on the wrong side of my line. So we're going to glue this one on. And I forgot to trim the corners. I just pulled a little bit of the glue off on the corners. I think I got, yeah, I did. I got a little smidge of glue on my scissors. Make sure I get that off before it dries. It will just, I should be able to just take it off with my fingernail anyway. Yeah. If it'll come right off paper by wadding it up, it'll definitely come off this, but I just want to make sure. Okay. So let's glue this on. Let's open these. Let's glue this on. They're making a lot of noise outside. They're doing work on the road. They're digging the whole thing up to put sewer, new sewer in, I think. Yeah, my glue dried a little bit. This is one of the best things you can get. It's called a glue eraser. You can get them on Amazon for just a few bucks. Sorry, I needed to make a note there. To put a link for you guys. Magnets. There, I can put some links for you guys underneath the video to help you out, to help you find the right thing, the right size magnets and the stuff like that. Now this one we're going to put on so that it flips. Let's see, we don't want to, we want to put it on this way. Nope, that's not right. Let me put you on hold for just a second so I can figure this out. I thought I had it. Okay, I figured it out. You want to glue this. So you look at it flat and you want to glue it on like this. Okay? So let's glue that on because it flips differently. So I had the magnets written down wrong, or one of them, for the wrong spot. Just glue's not coming out very well. So we want to glue this on here. Not too close. You want to still be able to flip it. So we're going to end up with it like this. See if I caught this before it dried. It's a little crooked. There we go. I think that should be right. Double check. Here. Half an inch all the way down. Sometimes things just look crooked. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a magnet here. I just put that pencil away too, didn't I? So then we definitely are going to need to use the brad on the top. Pretty sure. So then it'll flip up and then the whole thing will flip down. These will be closed. Then we'll undo the spinner and then we can open them. Because otherwise they're just going to pop open. When we flip this down, they're just going to pop open and I don't really want that anyway. So we're going to put a magnet here, and then we're going to put a magnet here, so that when it holds it shut and it holds it down. Okay, you guys got it? All right, so we're going to put our magnet. Let's see if we've got them lined up. Let's put the magnet on here first, because we don't want it too close to the edge. We can use this as a guide for the center. So by using the brad closure up here, we save using 4 more magnets. You can use 4 more magnets if you don't have a brad flip thingy closure. Either one, and I'll show you where you need to put the magnets if you need to use the extra up at the top, if that's all you have is magnets. Come here. All I need is 2 of you. Okay, 1. Apparently we're going to go 1 at a time. 1. Okay. Boy, the smaller the stack gets, the harder it gets to get them apart. So maybe I'll put them in there like that, because they were too close together on the sides. The metal on the pencil. Woo! It's like magic. Anyway, sorry about that. I was entertaining myself after the stress of figuring this out. It wasn't exactly the way I wanted to do it. I wanted it to flip this way. Oh, it still could. It still could. Let me think about that then. That hold it closed? I think it would. What do you guys think about that? That's the way I meant to do it. So we did still glue it on the right way. You glue it on like this so that it's flat. So you're going to glue the bottom side where the glue is facing up. I knew I had it the right way. I just folded it the wrong way. So to hold this shut, I think I'm going to prefer putting the magnet inside here. And then that will hold the whole thing shut. Okay, so let's put our magnet here. You know, the spot I had, but then I erased. Like here, and then this would be here. Okay, so actually, if we put the magnet here, this is going to be closed, and then that will hold the whole thing shut. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're putting the magnet here, and the magnet here, and even though it looks wrong. Since we just taped them on, if it ends up being wrong, then we can move them. Okay, so we're going to put the magnet on the bottom part first. And make sure that it does what we want. Yeah, see, that will hold that shut. I mean, this will be shut. And then this magnet will hold everything shut. Okay. So now, we're just going to do it as if the magnet was going to, oh, wow. It's right where I drew the circle. Amazing. But we're going to figure out, we're going to calculate where the magnet goes as if the flap was not there. All right, so we put our tape facing up and our magnet the way it goes. Let's move these out of the way. We're going to flip this up, and then we're going to mush down on either side, and the tape will stick, and it will hold the magnet down where it's supposed to go. I have my fingers on it, just like that. Then go ahead and smush the tape down. Now let's try it and see. So we got this flap going up here, and then this flap going up here. Yep, and it's poofy. I did it wrong. The magnet needs to be... Why is it poofy? should be correct. Or is it the magnet should be on the back of there to hold it down? Nope, that's not right. That should be correct. It's not should be correct. It is correct. Okay. It looks like it's a little crooked right here on this side. Oh, probably because I trimmed that off, but I needed it. Yeah, no, it's just a little crooked. But it goes up over the flaps. So that should be fine. All right, we're going to take our break, and then we're going to come back and do the rest, hopefully within 30 minutes. And if not, then we will end up taking more than one break. All right, I'll see you in just a second. Okay, we're back. You may have noticed there are now papers here. I haven't decided if I'm going to put the spinner on there or 2 magnets. The spinner, we've got different sizes of them. Let's take a look. We've got different sizes. So if we used the bigger one, then we would definitely be a-okay. Because once you put the spinner on, it's going to seem loose because of the size of the brads. However, once we put the paper on the inside and the outside of this, here I go with the thoughts in my head again. I'm thinking of the Fig Newton song. Anyway, which is a commercial, by the way. Then I think we'll be fine. So I kind of like the way this looks. It ties it in. We can move it over a little bit. It ties it in with the other pages instead of just using the magnets. So let's go with that. Now, we're going to have to, these are the papers we're going to be using. In this page, the prince goes to the court wizard to see if the court wizard can help him find the princess. And of course, since we have another page, then I believe we have the dragon page, then we have the prince finds the princess page, and then on the back of that, because we have 1, 2, 3, and we really need 5, so we need 4 more pages. So we're going to have the wizard page, the dragon page, the prince finds the princess page, and then the happily ever after page. That's the way I'm looking at it. Okay, so wizard page. So he goes to see the wizard. Now, the picture, these are for our photo mats, and then also these down here are too small for photos. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't make it 4 inches so that you could use a 3x5. So anyway, so they're going to have to be, one of them is going to be an image, and the other one is going to be writing areas. And then the insides of here are 4x5, so you could put a 3x5 in there carefully if you trimmed the edges down a little bit. So I guess I wasn't really thinking ahead. I should have made this 6, and I should have made this 4 instead of 3.5. I believe I made this 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So I'm just saying. So you might want to change it when you see the measurements for this. You might want to think about that. Now, the papers we're going to use when he goes to see the court wizard uses his potions to try to figure out where the princess is. So the potions are going to go across the bottom. This glittery part is going to go across the top here, and hopefully the middle of the page will have enough of it left to do this down here. All right. Then when we open this up, then this part right here is going to be some of this. Okay. But when you open this up, it's going to be the part with the wizard, well, we're going to call him the wizard, with the wizard on it. Okay. And that should cut off most of this little guy. If it doesn't, it's quite all right. Because the main guy we want is the court guy that we're going to call the wizard. Okay, so I haven't cut anything ahead of time. I wanted to show you how we would measure this. Let me move these papers to the side. I don't want to lay anything on top of my little Chromebook. I'm waiting for a phone call, so if I put you on hold really fast, then that's why. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this piece first, because we want to use the pokey tool. And I wanted to show you the one we're going to use comes with this really cool cork on it. And that's what you put the pointy end in, which is, of course, the end I'm not supposed to be playing with. But I got this from Lisa Fisher at Paper, Lace, and Bling. And it was nice of her to send me this tool to try out. And I do like it, and I do recommend it. Even though I wasn't required to, because she sent it to me. She just wanted me to try it out. So now at the bottom, I had cut this tan part off. This tan part has little sparklies in it, but I'm wondering about having the tan part at the top, but no tan part at the bottom. So I do think that I'm going to go ahead and cut the tan part off, even though we lose a little bit of the sparklies and maybe the ability to use the center of the page for the bottom. We're just going to have to wait and see. If we have to use the second page of this, it's okay. This is not a page that we probably would use twice. Now, I've got a couple of offcuts here that are very sparkly. And as you know, I usually do a collage at the end of each project. So I'm saving these two, even though they probably would not be something you would save to use in this project. Okay, so now we're going to take another look at this and get my pencil out. We're going to take this and we're going to put it here where we need it. Oh, the camera's a little different. I'm hoping it's a little bit closer. I actually bumped it with my head, and I leaned up to do something and bonked it with my head onto it. Because, you know, my head is the first line of defense for me hitting things on my body. Okay, so let's line this up. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm holding on to the page. No wonder I can't move it. Okay, so I want to move the paper to here. And we're going to make a mark just inside that sparkly and just above here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this across first. And then we'll cut the right side out. And that'll give us another scrap. Then we'll do the bottom portions. And then we'll see what we have in the center. Maybe we can use it even on the little flap if we have to, instead of this one. In fact, I found a scrap of the tan that would fit on here just perfect. So we could put the sparkly down there. We may have enough. Okay, so let's cut this straight across. My hands are acting up a little this morning. and they're really, really cold. So I want to make sure that I have everything straight. Okay, so you see how much bottom we have to work with here. Yep, that'll be just the top of the bottles. Of course, we're going to go from this side, so we have all the gold. We'll lose all of this though, but we will have that. So okay, so then on the top, I'm going to cut it here. So see, we got this piece to do this side with. So we won't have to cut the brown off, because we'll do it from this side. That'll match it up to this. Okay. All right, so let's glue that one on so we can put our spinner on. Let's mark this the top, because we want it to line up. So we want to make sure that that we mark this as the top here, so that when we go to cut it off, then we know which way to do it. Okay. Oh, I put my pencil in my mouth. I'm not supposed to do that when I'm recording, am I? This is probably gonna take 3 pauses, which is 2 pauses for you, to get this done. This one has quite a few parts, so I'm probably going to have you watch me cut and glue most of this, except for the writing paper parts, probably. Okay, we've got that on there. It could have gone a little higher, or it still leaves the same amount at the top and the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to go halfway. And since this is 4, we should, oh no, it's 5. So we would be able to go 2.5. Let's go back where we're going to put our spinner. Let's put a mark right there, and then we'll check it and see. At least we know where the center is. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go back a little bit. Let's take a look at our... Did I put the big one back in here? I hope so. Let's see where we want to put that. Yeah, we don't want the underside of the bread too close to the edge. Where's our center there? I think we can move it over just a little bit. And we mark for where we're going to poke through. Okay, we're going to use this one. And then we'll have one of these little brads. And a brad, if you remember from before, is just a metal, looks like a nail. But then on the underside, there's 2 prongs and they open up like that. Okay. I keep looking for these to be in the original container, the original plastic thing that they came in. I don't know why, Okay, so we're going to put our styrofoam under here. Da 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 da. We're going to take the cork off. Put the pencil down. I'm going to poke through here. I think last time I made the pokey hole too big, and that was part of my problem. I'm just going to make it that big and see. Let me see with this. If I can get it through the... Yeah, that'll make it more snug. Okay. See how easy that worked? Okay, so now we're going to put our foam over there. And we're going to put the spinner down. Then we put the brad, the little legs through the hole. Here we go. Whoops. Might have made the hole a little too small. Let's do it this way. There we go. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I tried to make the camera a little bit closer as well when I fixed it. That means I have a less of a working area. You want the legs to be up and down. Okay, and we'll flatten it out as much as we can. Yeah, that makes it much tighter. I believe the hole was too big on the other one, and that's why it was too loose. Okay, and then we're going to put a little piece of tape on it to help protect everything and to keep it from moving. Make sure your piece of tape isn't going to show when you put your paper on. Okay, so now we've got that on. So now let's paper this side. Hopefully my dog isn't going to start barking. The upstairs dogs are barking. Okay, so we've got that there. It lines up. So let's get our pencil. We'll mark right here, because we've already got the height. Now I know I drew a definite pencil mark on there. Because I was holding it the wrong way. A friend of mine told me to make sure to hold this down. Keeps your paper from sliding. So that gives us this piece, and that makes all of that line up. Da 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 da. And then we're going to put the bottles on the bottom. And we'll put the wizard inside. I wrote that as the top. Oh, it is. And I'll line those little dots up. Making sure the paper's straight. from top to bottom. Looks like I did cut it a little crooked. No, I guess not. And then this will go across this and hold it shut. Now, like I said, it will be tighter when we have the paper on the insides and the outsides, and it should hold it down. I don't think I can get this any flatter to make it tighter. Let me try. It's another thing the cork is good for. Pushing down on this. That made it tighter to turn. Okay. So then on the inside here, we're going to put the wizard. So let's get the wizard out. Okay. So now to do the wizard, we want to move up to the bottom here. Just above it. Just inside over here. Something dinged on my computer, but it didn't ring, so we're going to mark it right here. And then we'll do the across first. This is going to be an 8 by 8. Okay. And we want to mark it over here. You can see where the fold is. We've got this all lined up. We're going to mark it just inside. And I have to kind of mark it with a little bit of a fat mark and then cut right down the middle of the mark. There it is. Line the middle of the mark that I made with the pencil up with the wire. This one has a wire. It's called a triple track. And if you can see right there, there's a wire in the middle. And that guides your blade. It shows you where the blade's going to be. I really like this. And of course, since it's orange, you know that it's made by Fiskars. And it's not very expensive either. I think mine was $25, which is inexpensive compared to lots of the paper trimmers. But I'm just saying. This page has that bit of a bubble to it. I don't know what happened. So now our court wizard ended up right in the middle. glue goop. Let the glue drain down there. And no, I don't glue a bunch of glue down the middle. My papers all stay on. Other people do it other ways. And I put the glob on the corners so I have enough time to move it. When you swinch the paper down, then the glue spreads out along the edge. Put our quart wizard on here. Okay. Sorry if you can see my head. Okay, now we're going to put the bottles across the bottom. Yeah, I knew this was going to take another segment. Let's measure this real quick, see if we can get that in. Well, I'm being a bit fumble-fisted here. Okay, let's mark the width. Let's cut the width first. Can't believe that was only 1 minute. It sure seemed a lot longer to me. Look at that. We have a bottle. Too bad we don't have a couple bottles. Okay, now we're going to put this across here. And then we're going to measure the height right here. We're going to cut that, and then we're going to, whoops. Okay, and now we're going to go on break. Okay, well, it's going to look pretty cool. Because you have to think of it in the context of these are going to be shut like this. Hopefully. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm pretty sure we could put a magnet on the underside and it would hold this down, because we haven't papered the back of it yet, because it's just not, well, it's probably not close enough, but we don't have any way to experiment by putting the paper on the other side, and I don't think that's going to do it. Let's see, let's put the paper on this side like so. See, and that's still not going to make it thick enough to see, it isn't strong enough. It's not tight enough that it's strong enough to hold it like that. It worked on the other page because it was 4 pages thick. Well, 6 pages thick and not 3. So I think what we'll do is we will put a magnet under here to hold with that. So let's get it where we want it. And then let's see, we can point that there and put my finger here. And then we want it, oh, right about where the circle is. Maybe a little bit farther over. Okay. So we're going to need 2 more magnets, or 1 more magnet. Now we're going to have to make sure that the magnet is in a direction that, okay, so we want that side up. No, we want that side down. Because we want the magnet side that's attracted to this to be facing that, so that we want it to be down. Now remember, we're going to have it taped, so if we need to move it, we can move it. All right, let's see if this works. Yes, perfect. Wonderful. Amazing. Perfect. Glad I thought of that. I'm glad it's real metal. All right, so we averted that disaster. Okay. Now, we want to put this on here. You can probably hear my neighbor's truck. Oh, my pencil's on the floor. Here we go. Yep. So, like, good thing about there being glue gunk is that it keeps the glue from being stopped up. If you wait until when the glue comes down, there's an air bubble that comes up, which means the air that's in there has risen to the surface, and the only thing that's down there in the bottom is glue. then you won't have to like squeeze it a bunch of times and get aggravated that there's no glue coming out. Or if there's still no glue coming out, then you might want to check see if it's blocked a little bit. Okay. That's the top. This is the top. Okay, so we've got our brew, so to speak. So let's open this up. Let's close this up. And then this will be like that. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to take a, what do we have left of this? The ceiling. So we don't want to put the ceiling next to that. So we'll cover this part with the brown. And then we'll cover the rest with writing papers. And I won't make you watch me do that. Okay. And I think I'm going to grab the other page too once we do this part, because I think I didn't show you at the end what the other one looked like with the writing papers. And now look, we've got these two really nice scraps left over. Oh, wait a minute. That would fit right there. We don't have to put that there. We can put this here. Or do we want to put it there? No, it's not big enough. We could put it here. And then put a piece of the writing paper there to divide it. It fits almost perfectly. I'm glad I happened to notice it sitting there. I like it better. For some reason, the blingier the better. Between this pad and the pad called Mariposa by the same company, which is DCWV, which is Die Cuts with a View, I have learned to enjoy the bling. Okay. Okay. So we'll glue this one on. Then all we'll have left to do is the behind that. Now see, I could move that magnet up just a little bit so that when it's closed, it's straight across. So I'll probably do that. And I'll move it up just a smidge. Probably won't even have to move the tape. I could probably just move the magnet under the tape. I mean, you know, take the tape up and just, well, you know, move it. So that's what I'll do. I'll move that up a little bit, and then I'll cover all the pages with the writing paper. Yeah, that way this will match when we have that open. There we go. It's just a skosh narrow, but it's all right. So we'll glue that there, and then we'll put the writing paper there to kind of break that up. And then we need something here, and I forgot. I think I was going to use this piece that I just put here on here, because we see that first, instead of putting the writing paper there. But it's not big enough for here. It wasn't to begin with, so it wasn't going to work. So we'll put a piece of the we'll put a piece of this here, even though I'd rather not, but I don't want to put writing paper there either. Okay, we'll glue that on, and then we'll be down to just writing papers. So we're going to put this here. I realize this is the ceiling and that's the floor. Don't really have any choice. I mean, we could turn it this way. It almost looks better that way because this goes up instead of going down and leaving the open space. I think I'm going to put it on upside down. So we'll make the bottom the top. You can't really tell what it is by looking at it, you know, by itself. We want to line it up with this. Sorry, I wasn't talking, was I? I was concentrating too much. Makes my brain hurt. All right, so now we've got this. Oh, look at that. The bubbles even line up. I didn't even do that on purpose, but it came out that way. All right, so we've got this and then this, and then this. This is going to have the writing paper. Then we're going to open this, and we have that, and we have that, and these two will be writing papers. I think that came out well. Let's, we wanted to move the magnet up just a little bit. And just kind of partially stick it down to make sure. Nope, we want to move it up just a little bit more. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, that's going to make me crazy. I'm going to do it up just a little bit more. There we go. I put it closer to the edge too, and it's grabbing this heavier part better. So that zaps it right to it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put the writing papers on here, and then we'll call that a done deal for this page. Now let's go back to our page 6. Oh wow, look at that. These are the same. That one just opens down is all, and these are the full-sized. Well, it is different, but they face each other. Well, they don't have to. They don't have to. I can turn it around the other way. I can have him go to the dragon first, and the dragon sends him to the wizard. I can't believe I did that. Look. Craziness. Okay, so this is what it looked like. I ended up having to use a couple pieces of Velcro. This was too thick for the magnet. And then we have this here, and then we have the writing card that comes out. So I just, I don't believe I had the, oh look, I didn't put the writing paper on the back. Let me keep that out for when I do the other writing papers. But anyway, I did all these off camera. I wonder what would happen if I put that in first. Yeah, that won't work. Okay, so that's that. Well, or I could turn it around this way and have them see the mermaids, then the wizard, and then these would tie in together. So let's do that. Let's make that page 6. We'll flip our story around a little bit, and then these two will be together like that. Oh, look, and the bubbles look like they go. Okay, so we'll do that like that. If we absolutely decide we can't stand it, then we'll just flip this page over and we'll make this 7 and this 8. All right. Okay, so that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next one, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.